Welcome to the WION Podcast. Okay, so let's talk about Saturday night in Los Angeles. Things are pretty normal, and then suddenly around, 10.4 or 5 p.m.?
Yeah, about that.
Bam. This huge boom. Shaking, too. People felt it all over.
Oh, absolutely. Reports came in from Santa Monica, even way out towards Fresno, a really wide area.
And the first thought for basically everyone was earthquake, right? That makes sense for California.
It does, and you saw it immediately on social media. Just this wave of, did you feel that? Was it an earthquake, an explosion? Some people got pretty worried, you know?
Understandably. But it wasn't the ground shaking on its own this time.
No, not geological. This was actually, well, it came from above.
Space.
Exactly. It was the return of a SpaceX Dragon capsule coming back from the International Space Station.
Ah, okay. So that huge boom. That wasn't an explosion either.
Nope. That was a sonic boom. Classic sonic boom sound. The capsule was re-entering the atmosphere faster than the speed of sound.
Right, like a supersonic jet, but, a space capsule. It breaks the sound barrier.
Precisely. And it creates that massive pressure wave, that boom, that everyone heard and even felt as shaking.
And this Dragon capsule, it wasn't empty, was it? It was coming back from the ISS.
That's right. It had delivered supplies up there and was returning with, I think the figure was around 6,700 pounds of cargo and experiment results.
So it undocked from the station. When was that?
Friday morning. And then it took about 36 hours for the whole descent and splashdown sequence.
Splashdown in the Pacific, off the coast.
Correct. Off the California coast.
Now, did people have any warning this was happening? Because it seemed to catch everyone completely off guard.
Well, SpaceX actually did put out a notice, maybe about an hour beforehand. They mentioned there could be a, quote, brief sonic boom.
Huh. Okay. But brief sonic boom maybe doesn't quite capture the experience people had.
Probably not. I mean, unless you were specifically looking for that warning, it likely came as a total surprise. And sonic booms can be pretty startling.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it. And you mentioned this is, well, not routine exactly, but not a one-off freak event either. Spacecraft come back like this.
It's becoming much more common, especially with reusable spacecraft like Dragon. Re-entry at supersonic speeds is just part of the process.
And we're seeing more launches and landings generally, right?
Right,
Like
yeah.
from Vandenberg Space Force Base up in Santa Barbara County.
Exactly. Areas near launch and landing sites are hearing these kinds of sounds more often. SpaceX has a lot of activity planned there. So these loud booms, they're becoming part of the soundscape, you could say.
Which does raise questions, I guess, about the noise and the impact on communities nearby.
It's definitely a conversation that's happening. Military officials have generally downplayed concerns in the past, but as activity increases, well,
Right. Something people are noticing more.
it is. It's a direct reminder of this incredible power involved in space travel and how it's intersecting more with life on Earth.
So what felt like maybe a disaster movie turned out to be, well, space logistics. No earthquake, no explosion, just science in action, all this very loudly.
Pretty much. A noisy return trip from the ISS.
Quite the story. Stay tuned for more such intriguing stories to come.